Welcome to Aaron Plays. This is episode 32 of mine and Mark's Battle of Austerlitz. We have just started the 1 p.m. turn. At the end of the last episode, we determined that the French rate would change one order, and I've won the initiative, so it's over to me to try and activate a command. But first of all, how you doing, Mark?
I'm very confident, Aaron.
Of what?
Of being defeated. I think I'm. If I was a betting man, I'd say that the next hour will probably bring the demoralisation or complete loss of at least another 2 corps of the Allies. But you live in hope.
You live in hope. Okay.
I've not. You see, I've not played this Austerlitz battle before. Now that's not an excuse. I've wanted to play this Austerlitz battle for a while, and so I'm really glad that we've had the opportunity. And I'm hoping that there's still people out there watching. At this point, I'm not sure how interesting it is for people to watch, unless they take.
Well, it depends what you find interesting. I mean, because quite often you play a game, and someone thinks, right, okay, I've lost, and chucks in the towel, and you don't actually get the feeling of actually, well, have I won something? It is good sometimes to actually play these games. Oh, okay, not right to the bitter end.
Yeah,
but at least beyond that point of decision.
Well, I decided in the last session that I would try and make things interesting. So I've counterattacked with the Russian Guards into the flank in the north, and I've swung around the Imperial Guard. Now, where those localized counterattacks will get me in the greater scheme of things is probably not very far, but it does make the battle a little bit more interesting.
Well, it also gives me a pause. Do I actually carry on with what I'm trying to do, or do I stop you doing what you're trying to do?
Yeah, exactly. The one thing that I was really disappointed with that hasn't gone according to plan is trying to hold off. Is it Murat? Yeah, Murat's cavalry on my far right flank. It's not looking good. I'm about to lose my line of communication, I think, if I'm not careful.
Well, you do have 2 lines of communication.
Yeah, I do. But I was hoping that my my charge against your guys who were already blown would go better than it did. That's it. Thank you for highlighting it. Yeah, unfortunately, that did not work. And now you have fresh cavalry reserves to attack my blown cavalry. And my original defenders of the line of communication are at half strength.
Well, the question is, how important is this to me as opposed to what I'm doing here with Saul?
Yeah, I think the one saving grace I could have here is that the 1 o'clock turn is over in 4 activations. You never know with this game.
True, you never know. It's true. Well, actually, I am going to try and activate Saul.
Salt.
Yeah. Okay. So
right
he's
in the centre.
Number is a 9, and he's off.
He's off.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to zoom in on Salt. So he's in the middle of taking the Pratzenberg and Pratz itself. So his corps are attacking 2 different victory locations at the minute, aren't they?
Correct. Yeah. So we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And here. Okay. So first off, then is offensive fire. I'm going to start with this battery here. Okay. Firing into the village.
Okay.
It's adjacent is +1. Sorry, -1. And then, but the size of it and the village itself gives a net +1.
Mm-hmm.
No effect there.
I was lucky.
Have I actually got any other offensive fires? I've got some artillery here. Yeah, so there's 5 batteries worth there. All 3 hex range. 9. We'll fire here. Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong button. Fire here. So at 3 hex range, that's a +1.
Yeah.
Ooh, slight miss.
Ouch.
Don't think there is any other artillery. We have got some infantry here that will fire into it. We need really low on the dice here. No. I think that might be it, firing wise, offensive fire.
There's too much rolling musket smoke and artillery smoke on the battlefield, isn't there, for them to hit anything?
Now, the one objective I changed, or the one order I changed, was Sul's. His original order was the Pratzenberg, so around here, but I've changed it to here now.
Steafenrati.
Right, now, key one here is this bunch of cavalry. A bunch of cavalry are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hexes from there. And where I want to bring them is to this point here in a charge, which is also 9 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they maintain the distance.
Okay.
Okay. So with that in mind, they're going to do what do you call a prepared charge?
Prepared charge, yeah.
Okay. And we'll get them up that hill. Well, 1, 2, 3.
I can't assume emergency defense order because I'm already adjacent to your forces.
You're outflanked on that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I think that's the only cavalry charge. So I will now move some of these boys forward. Right, that cavalry unit can go from there to there, and the infantry can move up. Okay. Now, obviously, I want to get rid of this troublesome
Pretspiev.
Right, so I've got 8 infantry in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's too far.
I've got 9 on the defence there. It's a fairly hefty garrison.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Going through woods is how much movement points?
2 for infantry.
2 for infantry. So that's Sul to there. One, 2, 3. Let's move that into there. Okay.
Now, am I right in saying that you won't get a surrounded bonus because I'm in a village? Because you get a -2 on your melee, don't you, if a unit is surrounded? But I think no encirclement if I'm in a Towler village, yeah.
Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mouse is going funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're moving on the road, you get, was it +2 movement?
Yeah, as long as you don't enter a zone of control, yeah.
6 then. These guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Where's the Emperor? Emperor's got to be on top of the stack. One, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we move there, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're good, so that's fine where they are there. I think that's all of Salt's boys that I need to do. So I'll bring, let's see, melee, 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 and melee in there. And then all the boys against everyone against him.
Yeah. Understood? Okay. Yeah.
Right. Over to you for defensive fire.
Okay. What's going to happen? I'll begin with Przezbiew in the Prats. And he has a small horse artillery battery, half strength, and a light battalion at half strength. And they're going to split fire. The horse battery is going to fire at Soult and his 3 assault columns.
Mm-hmm.
And the light battalion is going to fire north at the 4th line. Now, with me splitting fire, for anyone who doesn't already know, it means that you can split fire, but you get an extra +1 modifier on your fire roll. So I'll begin with the 7th Jagers, the light battalion, who will fire northwards. They get -1 for being lights, +1 for the split fire. So that's
and +1 for that. Is that terrain? Any terrain there?
Yeah. So they cancel each other out. +1 for the village, so it's a net +1, and they get a 9, which is a 10, which is a miss. Then the horse battery, -1 for being adjacent, +1 for size, +1 for split fire. So they will fire at a net +1 against Salt's columns, and they get a 7, which is an 8, which is a miss. So defensive fire has not gone well. Next is the guys that are surrounded. What can I do here? Let's see.
Remember, you are flanked, so you get an extra additional +1 for being on defensive fire.
Okay. We're going to use the horse battery against the cavalry charge. That's the best idea. I'm not going to split fire. I want to concentrate everything against the dragoons.
Okay.
So it's a half battery. +1 because we're flanked, -1 because we're adjacent, -1 for battery size.
+1 for battery size.
+1 for battery size. So it's a +1 modifier in total. All the average rolls. So no success from defensive fire in this case.
Okay, so we'll begin with the assault coming in against the village. Okay, so as you say, you've got a defense of 9. Okay, so maximum amount of troops that can assault from any angle is 20 because of this village. So from Soult himself, there is
20.
20. And then there's 4 from the next hex along. Then 3, so that's 27. And then 8. 27, 35.
35 against 9. 3 to 1.
3 to 1. Quality is 7.
Yep.
6, that's another 1.
Yep.
Then
So
Salt.
-4. -5 for Salt.
But then you get 1 for the village.
So -4.
4. You all lose a step. I think you're already all reduced, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So they basically die to a man.
Yes. Or surrounded. Surrendered.
Surrendered. Okay. So let's see if I capture any flags. You've got 2 infantry units, but they don't rout because they haven't got to take a morale check. So I need 3 or less on each of those units. Oh, I capture 1 flag. Oh, I captured 2 flags. That was lucky.
Well, you probably would, though. You know, the narrative to me is the cut off, the surrounded, you probably would. So I don't have an issue with that at all.
Now, the question is, does your commander escape?
Oh, yes, he does. Yeah, there's no need to roll.
No need to roll. Oh, okay. Oh, look, he's got a fancy uniform. Let's let him go. Yeah, let it go. Off you go, mate.
Now, are you navigating to the rule book?
Yeah.
To see you're already there.
Elimination. You basically got a roll as initiative and you're adding 2.
5.
7. So he passes, so he escapes.
He escapes onto the, I believe it's the nearest combat unit, isn't it?
Yeah.
In good order, so it'll be there.
Okay. Then
He left his men to it. What a sod. Did you put your 2 flags on the victory chart?
Not as yet, no. I'll do that. I'll do. Oh, hold on. So it's under the setup, wasn't it? Yeah, one of those. Scenario. Clone and clone. Okay, so I advanced 1 infantry unit in. Okay, so this charge now. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 increments. Because it's a flank charge, double to 26.
Yep.
And another 12 infantry, 36, 37, 38. Another 9 infantry.
It's at -5, mate, because I'm surrounded and I've only got a quality of 6.
Okay, yeah. All right, -5. Roll of 7 becomes a 2. QFT 2 plus R.
Well, they're all dead, but I need to roll the morale check.
Yeah.
So it's a 3. Oh, they actually passed.
So they again, typical Russians died in their spots.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
So again, I've got 2 attempts to capture flags, but
yes, you have.
None this time.
So let me eliminate these units.
And all my cavalry advance in and go, oh, there's no one else to melee.
That's a victory location just taken. The Pratzenberg is in French hands.
Right. Yes. Well, that's 2 victory locations taken.
Yeah.
Smell and such forth. So, right. So that's end of the fire, end of movement. Remove the markers there, and end of turn die roll. Oh, move the flag there. No.
Oh, I didn't go. That wasn't a good start.
That was an excellent start. That was exactly what I needed to refire my gaming mojo.
I'll just activate Salt for you. There you go.
Okay.
I don't blame you for forgetting in all the victory celebrations. So what do we do? Let's have a look. I've got 4th Corps poised to attack the flank. I've got the Guards poised to attack line. Migration. Do I try and save? I think it's got to be the Guards. The Russian Guardsmen, purely, well, for 2 reasons. Firstly, we're in the middle of an attack and it would be better if we tried to continue that before you counter move. And Murat is about to pounce. So I'm talking about the far right flank there. I don't know if you're zoomed in on this area or not.
I haven't indeed yet.
Yeah. So Constantine will roll to see if he can activate. So I need an 8 or less. And I just get it. He's umming an R in there. Of course, he doesn't know what's going on the left flank. As far as he's concerned, he's on the offensive and with one half of his force, and on the defensive with another. So before I consider any offensive fire, I need to consider also movement and orders. So let me just remind myself of what the Russian Guards' order is. It's Blaskowitz to the left. So everyone can move jauntily to the left, but not so easily to the right. I've got some weakened units on the line of communication. I've got 2, that's the one. I've got 2 strong cavalry regiments who cannot charge this turn because they're next to the French cuirassiers. These are here. They could conceivably if I want to try and hold the line of communication. They wouldn't make it. No, they wouldn't make it.
You want to pause?
Yeah, please. Okay, after some musings and deliberation, Constantine's Guards have got a little bit of retreating, a little bit of counter-attacking, a little bit of fire. So we shall start with the firing. And first off will be Artillery Regiment D here, that I've just marked as fired, Aaron.
Yeah.
They'll be attacking the 34th line there.
Okay, great shot.
Missed. Cannonade does not do its work. Then next we've got Guard unit there, firing into the, oh no, sorry. Let me take that off. I've already fired at your guys. That's all of the defensive fire, in fact. Oh no, I've got the Jaegers in, no, they belong to Bagration. No, that's it. So movement.
Movement, okay.
So this guard unit here moves into the, they're going to move 1x, moves within his orders into the orchards. There's a guard unit just to the north there that moves in as well. Let me just reorder the stacking. this infantry unit at the crossroads moves up 1 with the massive battery of cannon. This cavalry unit here declares a charge. I've have prepared attack on him. I think I'll pick up some kind of bonus there because your guys were adjacent to my Russian infantry at the start of the turn.
You're flanking me.
Yeah. My guys on my line of communication, this was a difficult decision to take, but Murat has got such a large body of cuirassiers there that I can't win that battle for the line of communication, so I'm going to have to abandon it to save the 2 half-strength Russian cavalry and horse artillery units that are currently sat on it.
That's quite a lot of victory points, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's going to happen, and I'm going to lose more because I'll lose the men. So all I can hope to do is save the men and try and fight you for it.
Fair enough.
So moving them to a... He goes 1, 2, 3. To there. Keeps me still within range of the good range of the line of communications. My 2 regiments can recover from being blown from their charge last turn. It gives them a little bit of artillery cover and protects the routers. The guardsmen that are still left there cannot join that stack because they'll be overstacked. So they will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there, which is towards their orders. Now, got lots of batteries. I've got a battery there that can what do I do? Because they've got those bloody cavalry there that will try and take out my artillery. This horse battery might be better off elsewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the remaining forces move against orders, but it's only 1 hex to secure the post office. And lastly, I've got 2 units in Krug, which is a strong regiment with some artillery. Don't really want to move closer to land because you've got a hellish battery line there. So I think they'll be staying where they are. So I need to declare melees. There we go.
Okay, so opportunity fire.
Mm-hmm.
From here to here.
Yep.
No artillery, so it's a straight shot, -1, but +1 for the terrain.
Yeah. Oh, no!
Oh. That is a QFT and a step.
Just what we wanted. That is not good. So the QFT. Oh, dice gods, how you mock me.
Well, it's not a rout. Take a step loss and fall back. Or take 2 step losses and stay there.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. Oh, thanks for the offer. I believe Bagration's men will also have to fall back.
Yes, they do, yeah.
Well, that did not go according to plan.
Okay, and these guys...
Yes.
They're going to get a +1 because they were being flanked.
Yeah.
We'll fire on the cavalry.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Have I got the strength to still do this? So my cavalry get double SP for the flanking. Or is it minuses on the table? I cannot remember.
You get double SP because, because of the flanking. So you're worth 6 SP there.
So that would give me a grand total of 21, which doesn't give me 1-to-1 odds. You're no longer encircled.
Oh.
So I think I'll need to call the melee off. I will get -2 for quality differential from having guard unit lead. I'll go for it. I've lost the battle. I can feel it. I've lost 2 victory locations this turn. I'm about to lose my line of communications. Let's just go for it. So 15 plus 6 is 21 against your 25, which puts me at
-1. Sorry, +1.
plus 1. Quality differential is -2. Is there a -1 for you being in the open against cavalry?
There is.
So that puts me at -2. Here we go. You ready? A 6. A QFT.
I have a QFT.
Which you pass. At least I didn't lose my 2 attacking forces. So let me get rid of that cav prepared attack marker. And that's the melees. So the guards' counterattack has faltered. Let me do a couple of administrative tasks. Let me activate Constantine. Remove the moved. Fired.
I was about to make an ASL pun there, but I thought I don't know how many people who are watching this will know ASL. Considering the first scenario, squad leader was guards counterattack.
Yeah. There's your end of turn roll, which is a 4.
Right. Okay. So what do I do now? Do I reap the rewards that you've now presented me over here?
Well, I can't reactivate the guards on my next maneuver, so you've got time.
I've got time, correct. Or do I carry on with what I was planning to do over here?
Where's over here?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking it's time to unleash the guard.
Well, they're about to be cut off and destroyed, the guards, so you need to do something with them.
That's true. Yeah, I know. I'm quite worried about that. But
while you're thinking, Aaron, I'm going to go and visit the gents.
Hold on there. LZ. Right. Okay. After a little bit of toilet break and redecisions, I'm actually going to try and activate Murat. Yes, an 8. So he's activated. Right, okay. Do I have any artillery I want to shoot? It can't really see anything where it's located, so no. Right, okay. So we're going to do some prepared charges.
Oh, it's going to be some action, is there?
Oh, there's going to be a bit of action. 2 for the cavalry. Okay. That'll be 2, 3, 4. What's in this stack? They're all 6. Right, okay, so that cavalry unit there goes in prepared.
What's his order?
My orders for Murat are, that's a good question.
Oh, it's the post office.
The post office, so yeah, we're all good. Okay, so that goes in prepared.
Well,
Can't find a prepared.
Is he from the hex directly north? He wasn't from Murat's pile.
No, he's from directly north, yeah.
Gotcha.
Why is that?
Just wondered. I didn't see. I was looking at something else.
Okay. 1, 3. Okay, this is also prepared. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This one isn't prepared, so this is, come on, why is my mouse playing up?
The battery dying. Is it wireless?
1, 2, 3, 4. What's this? 4, 5. One, 2, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5 there.
Exciting, isn't it?
Hmm?
It's exciting.
Oh yes, massive horsemen of charging down the hill. I wonder if my mouse is having problems. Because that's now. All right, there you go. Put French flag there. Or not. Yeah. Right. So 16 in that hex. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're actually moving 5.
That's right. That slope is an extra. These 2 movement points. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 12, 13, 14.
That's called ganging up.
It is called ganging up. Yes, I totally agree with you. And I feel quite bad about it. Not a lot.
I did have the option to countercharge your initial first move, but I thought there's not much point because I'm just going to charge myself into more opportunities to be encircled. And I would leave my horse artillery undefended.
Yeah. Right. So how much have we got in? 3, 6, 9, 12. The prepared one on top. Stick that one in there. Stick my rat there. 4, 8.
My gunners have no idea who to fire at first.
Target rich environment.
Just a little.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 6, 9, 12. Right, okay, so we'll have melee shock, and they're charging rotate clockwise, counterclockwise that way. Okay, there. And the other 3 stacks are charging those boys.
That's fine, yeah.
And these guys aren't charging anybody. Okay. Defensive fire.
Who shall I attack? Let's see. I think I'll have the most success firing the guns into there.
Okay.
Due to your lower quality. So it's +1 for battery size, -1 for adjacency. So it's a 0 DRM. They're panicking.
Okay. So
the bums are nipping, Aaron. So okay, you've got your bit of maths to do.
Okay,
this is why we wargaming. We're all maths lovers, aren't we?
Yeah. 6 + 8 is 14 from this stack.
Yeah.
From this stack, we've got another 3, 6, 9, 12, another 12. So 14 + 12 is 26.
I concur.
And another 8, 9, 10, 11.
37.
That's it. 37 versus 16.
16.
2 to 1.
2 to 1. I've got a quality of 10.
To my quality of 10.
So no change, but you've got Murat.
Is 11.
So that's -3.
And you're encircled.
I'm not. You have to be attacking from two opposing zones of control. I thought you can still change this if you want to, but you see your stack here, they have to be meleeing into my unit to get the encirclement bonus.
Oh, you sure? Control Z.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark reminding me of the rule makes me change that to bring them into the fray as well. For some reason, I just thought because I had a zone of control here and here, and you've only got a routed unit, for some reason I thought no, they're surrounded, but no, they're not. Okay, so bringing these into the fray will add another odds column, make it 3 to 1.
Yeah, so you've gone to the 13.
So now it's the -5.
Now you're at -5. Yeah, I concur.
9 becomes a 4.
That's an R result, isn't it? So my horse artillery battery is eliminated, and the 2 regiments of cavalry are reduced.
But stand.
But hang on, yeah.
Okay, so let me mark. Actually, remove that, and mark where activated. Remove the prep cavalry markers. I don't know why they don't get removed automatically.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, I know. Right, okay. End of turn die roll. No. Okay.
I'll have to call it there, Aaron. Well, not much has happened, has it? You've only taken 2 victory point areas, cut off a line of communication, and surrounded and almost eliminated 2 regiments of guard cavalry. So fairly quiet start to the 1 o'clock turn.
Well, going back to what we discussed earlier, is there what is your point in continuing? Have we done the battle? Would looking, if you were Alexander and Kutuzov, knowing that now you're one of your lines of communications cut, there is nothing to stop Davu's corps just walking straight to Austerlitz and cutting the other one.
Yeah.
Would Alexander and Kutuzov at this point say, look, we're not playing a game, this is for real, we need to pull back?
I think probably what would happen, it depends on a couple of things. The first thing is it would take time for the information from all points of the battlefield to get back to the army commander. Now, that's something that we know instantly, but of course they wouldn't know at the time. I think any rear would move back to Austerlitz. Alexander has seen a couple of corps being broken in his area. He knows about that. He probably hasn't heard from Doktorov because Doktorov's lines of communication back to him by messenger have probably been cut. So he knows there's trouble at Mill down at Telnitz. I think he would probably try to withdraw the 4th column under the cover of his 5th Corps cavalry down the main road towards Austerlitz. Now the Pratzenberg Heights has fallen and Pratzer itself. I think that Bagration and Constantine would be talking to each other in good communication with each other. They've tried to coordinate defense and attack. When it becomes known that Murat's outflanked the guard and cut off the line of communication, I think they would try to withdraw south.
Or via Hollybutz here.
Yeah, via Hollybutz. Yeah.
In this river, yeah.
Now, we've got 2 options. We can continue. I mean, it's all very well me saying this is what they do, but it requires actually changing orders of units and so on. It can take a couple of turns for that to take effect. I think this battle is lost for the Allies. It's just how badly it's lost. We'll inflict some more casualties on the French, but you've got enough forces to be able to rotate. Once you take a step loss and you're reduced, you can get them out of the way, which is what you've done. Such as Duroc's guards. Once they're exhausted, you don't need to use them anymore. You've still got enough fresh forces left. So we can continue for another, see this turn through and see where we are. Or we can move on to something else. And I don't mind either way. Don't take my comment 2 minutes ago as a signifier of me wanting to throw in the towel. I know the battle is lost, but do we gain enough interest from continuing it, or is it?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We this is discussing over an open mic, isn't it? As a game, it's over in the sense of you achieving a victory condition, because Predzemel's corps gone. I mean, it's been wiped out pretty much to a man. You might have a couple of routed units and such forth, but I don't even think those count. So yeah, you're right. The message coming back from your wing over here is that Doktorov is on his own, and you've got a couple of officers floating around saying, "Look, I've got no troops."
Yeah. And reserves.
So, what do I do about these boys? Do I need to assault them, or do I just surround them and keep hitting them until they break? And that's what actually held me back from sending in the guard here. Do I really need to send the guard in against these boys? Whereas if I just bring my guys around to this point, I can then hit you from both sides, and you've got nowhere to rally, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So from a game point of view, and following the victory conditions, I don't think the Allies have got anything to fight on for. However, continuing the game till the end of the 1 o'clock turn, and maybe then changing all of the Allies' orders, it could change into a different scenario where we're seeing how much of the Allies escape. But even then, I
can't move the fourth column. My one, well, I've got progression on the right, but in the centre, my fourth column, I've only got half a movement allowance of your guard. So I think they're going to be stuck, and that's purely because of my artillery. I can only move as fast as the slowest unit. So your guard, I think, will play merry hell with them. It's whether they're going to take casualties from assaulting the gun line. But like I say, once you start surrounding them and you get the extra -2 for encirclement, it becomes a better proposition for assault. Or you might not even need to assault. You might be able to get yourself into a position where you can, batter them into submission with your gun line. What's your cavalry strength like? You've still got your guard cav. Has Salt got much cavalry?
Salt's cavalry was the one that did that charge up and finished off the Pratzenberg.
Oh yeah, they're over there, aren't they? Yeah. So you've still got fairly strong cavalry forces too.
There's still 15 points ish of cavalry here.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the reason we do this is for first reason for me. Reason I play war games is for fun. I really enjoy playing war games. The second is for the understanding of military history. We're both so passionate about our military history. But right. Falling back on those two things, then, is this fun for you? And are we learning something?
I don't want to feel like I'm just kicking a dead horse, flogging a dead horse.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to feel like you're playing just for like, oh, well, this is for his channel. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
As I say, I think from a game point of view, again, life is short. We could move on to another game. We've seen the superior, or we could do the same game but swap sides. That's an option. I think this battle is, as I say, as a game, by taking those three objectives, which you're not going to get back. That's the key thing. You've got no hope of retaking them. So it's just
I've got nothing to counterattack with. Right.
It's a downward slope from now on, and I don't want to feel like, oh man, I'm just, whacking you for whacking you's sake, when we could actually be doing something else different.
Yeah.
We've seen the power of the French on the attack, and it's just going to be a continued litany of like Soule, Bernadotte. I did say Bagration, Bernadotte, Guard. So until you just crack here in the centre, which will happen. It'll be losses on both sides, but losses that I can sustain, which you can't.
Yeah, because you can rotate forces in and out, whereas I've just got my defenders. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's call it, and let's virtually shake hands. And I think that will be a decisive French victory.
And even that doesn't, I mean, from a historical point of view, I think this is, all right, what happened historically is Soule broke through the Pratzenberg, and that cut off the three coalition corps in this area and forced them back across the stream, wasn't it? And the ice broke, and it was and Bagration and the Russian Guard pretty much walked away clean. The fourth column here was what was destroyed by Soule's initial attack.
Yeah.
But effectively, those two formations got away. Now, am I in an exhausted state to actually attack or follow up if these guys start withdrawing? Well, that's where you unleash the Guard and whatever cavalry assets I've got round here. I think they would actually cut those down. So I think your cavalry would give them maybe a bit of time. Your cavalry's good. Your cavalry's, I mean, in fact, it's excellent here in most part. But you've got, too much to defend with too little.
They could screen one portion of the battlefield, not the whole line. That's the problem. They could screen one area. They are screening.
So, but as I say, from a historical point, I think the French have done what they did historically. I don't think I've done any better than Napoleon. You haven't done really any worse than the coalition, I think. So in what's written in the book, that's probably a minor victory rather than a major victory. I haven't done any better than the French. And you haven't done any worse than the coalition.
My initial plan, of course, the plan never survives contact with Napoleon, was to let me just navigate back to my my vassal game so I can scroll around. You'll have noticed I had orders that were very aggressive. Now, I've never played this Battle of Austerlitz before with Hexasim, so I had no experience, is probably the best word, of how this battle could actually play out using this system. So what I wanted to do was put the cat amongst the pigeons, and knowing that in some areas, not all the French forces were on the board. So I wanted to invest Telnitz, Sokolnitz, take them quickly and try and hold Davout off in the south. And I had aggressive orders. Do you remember I was at Kobelnitz for quite a while?
Yeah, with what was his name? Bagration, something beginning with L.
Langeron.
Langeron, that's it.
What a hero Langeron was. Always threatening to be able to cross the river and threaten French lines. That was his plan, because I wasn't sure where you were going to attack from and what with. I don't know what your orders were, the same as you don't know what mine were. But I thought if I push forward, at Kobelnitz, I had orders to take Gazokowitz, Puntovitz. Everyone was pushing forward. I thought I could sit on the high ground and be defensive, but that's what they did historically. So I thought, well, why would I want to do that? Let's try something different. So I wanted to be a lot more aggressive. it didn't work. but at least I wanted to try something different. I didn't want to sit on my behind.
Well, the actual victory conditions that you get encourage you to, as the coalition, to attack.
Yeah.
To take something, and you did. You took this. You got into Skolnitz. I mean, okay, Davu's corps appears very weak to start with, but it does reinforce quite nicely, and eventually it becomes pretty strong.
Yeah, battered me to death. But I thought I'd take Telnitz, but I didn't in the end. You always managed to keep some units in there.
Yeah. And yeah, my aim was with obviously Sul was Pratzenberg and then swing round as historical. But Davu did better than I anticipated him doing. And that Lanz and Murat's job was to keep your guard and Bagration occupied. It wasn't really to take the supply line there. It was just literally keeping, to my mind, your best two corps out of the action.
Yeah. I think Murat did a safe job of keeping the guard in position. Because Murat only just made his move in the last turn or two.
That's it. Their job was literally keep your two best formations out of helping in this area here in the centre. Because historically, the guard moved up to the Pratzen.
Yeah.
And we're fighting around here with the French, this area with the French Imperial Guard. So keeping them out of that situation obviously makes you weaker there. Then again, I suppose if I had Murat's corps cavalry was around this area, and when I've played this before as the French, I've had Murat's cavalry come through there.
Right.
And with that and the Imperial Guard, it's
lethal, I bet.
It is lethal because these guys, most of their morale are 6s and 7s.
Yeah, they can't stand for long, can they?
No, we're talking.
You can fail morale checks. That's the problem.
Yeah. So their artillery hurt the French, but the French, if you're attacking with like 8s and 9 morales and 10s, should we know what these dice can do? Can take it, and then that quality means the attacks are coming in at -3, -4, -5, and
even a melee when you've both got to check QFTs, the Russians are much more likely to fail and fall back, aren't they? Or the Austrians, and whereas the guard won't. But no, I've really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it, and we've played it over 33 hours probably minimum of broadcast time. That's probably 40 hours of time where we've paused and
contemplated and
pondered,
screamed because of the dice have gone either way.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I've played the La Bataille version of this. And that always felt very one-sided, very pro-French. Whereas this, because of the way they've done the victory conditions, just seems a lot more interesting. I think it has got a bias slightly to the French, but that's literally because of they won historically, and their army is generally a lot better. Across the board, but that coalition artillery is frightening. Virtually every stack has an artillery piece on it.
Yeah,
and that means wherever the French go, they're going to have to face those guns.
That's
so, and when you're talking a 7 or less on the dice, if you've got a -1 modifier for adjacent battery, you're talking at least a chance of a morale check, if not a step loss.
Mm-hmm.
So and there's no real way around it. So
no, there isn't. No.
You've just got to take your lumps. However, so that leads us on. All right. So if we've done this, what next, Columbus?
Well, we should probably discuss that offline.
Yeah. That is a good point.
And then you can make an announcement on the channel once we've decided what that's going to be, and see if we can see if there's any interested parties.
I hope everyone has made it this far to the end, or as we can see it as an end. Thank you, Mark, for the battle. I thoroughly enjoyed that. As I say, I think it's got to the point now where I feel like I'm flogging a horse, and I don't like flogging horses. Yeah, and
it's been great. It's been great. I've really enjoyed having any viewers' involvement, where they've commented, they've liked what they've seen, they've corrected any errors that we've made and so on, and that all helps. It's like we've got a small company of kind of people along the way with the battle, which has been great. It
has been.
Always interesting to read comments.
Well, that's the part I like. Yeah, comments, point out rules mistakes, because we're bound to make them, because we also play other systems. So anything that helps and assists in the end has been good. So, okay, well, I'm going to call that a wrap.
Thank you, everybody, for coming along for the ride.
Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, because there will be some more battles, hopefully, in the near future. And, yeah, thanks for the ride. All the best. Bye.